Now we know that if we use a table in Excel, we just need to get to the last bottom right-hand corner, press Tab, and we can enter a new record. So here we are in our sales data form. This has a sheet, which is a table, and it has a chart that is responding to changes in that table, but with grouped options by the year. So if I go from the bottom right-hand corner, Tab, I insert a new ID, pick a date, go for 2010, add $500, and we know that the chart will respond by adding $500 to 2010. 2010 now shoots up. Let's change that back down to 15, and we go back to a normal relative size. Now that's fine, and it works. The only problem is we have to get to the end of the table. What happens if you're in the middle at the top, and you don't want to get to the end? There is another way of entering data, particularly if you want to enter quite a lot of data, and that is by using a form. Now, the form is a tool that exists in Excel and has existed in Excel for quite a few versions. The only thing is, since 2007, they've sort of hidden the functionality away. But we can go get the option and perhaps create a new ribbon and add it to that. Or for the purposes of now, we can just add it to the quick access toolbar up here, because we can add anything we like to here as long as we can find it. So where is the form command? Well, let's go into a little drop down here and choose more commands. From the list of options here, let's go for commands not in the ribbon, because the forms command does not exist in the ribbon, and they're all alphabetical, so we're looking for F for form. We simply then add that, and it appears over here in our quick access toolbar. And we say OK. There's the form icon. Now what that does is it creates a little mini form for you to make new data inputs. Actually, not just add new data inputs. You can delete records, you can edit records. If I click this form whilst I'm anywhere in the table, I will get a mini form. If I try to click it while I'm not in the data, just to show you, it says this cannot be applied to this range. You have to be in some kind of range that we can understand. Well, our table is a range that it can understand, so form. And what you get is one record on the screen at any one time. And we can scroll through the records manually. We can add a new record without having to get to the end or insert in a row. We just go new. And we type in a new data entry. 70,001, what's the date? 12/15/2011. How many cells? 79. Quantity 2. What city? York. What country? UK. And if we want to add another record, we simply tab out of country, and you see the new button gets highlighted, and we can just press enter, and we get a new record. So ID 7002. The date, January the 6th, 2015, sales 120, quantity 3, city, well, let's stick with York in the UK. Tab through. Now, where are these records? Well, they've just been tagged onto the end. If I close the form and go to the end, you see the two new records I've just added have been added onto the end as if I'd gone to the end and tabbed along. Those two new records will be affecting this chart because it's dynamic, and we see 2015 is now shot up. So we can access this form at any time. Click in the data, click on the form icon that we've now added to the quick access toolbar. Using it to enter records is fantastically easy. We can use it to delete records. And we can either scroll through to find the record we want to delete manually, perhaps this one here, delete. This record will be permanently deleted, OK. And the row is removed from your table, and the table is obviously then shrunk by one row. We could use the form to search for someone to get rid of. Let's search criteria. That effectively then brings up a blank form, and it says criteria here so that we know that we're searching rather than adding a new record. And then I can choose which one of the fields I want to search in, perhaps quantity, and I want to look to see if there's anybody in here who sold 4 items. I put a 4 in quantity and go find next. Finds one here, record 52, find next. There's another one, record 66, find next. Record 87, find next. Record 103, or I can go backwards, find previous, or I can choose criteria again, take me back to the search form. Now, these criteria can actually be a bit more complicated than just looking for a straight match. Maybe I'm looking for anybody who's sold more than 4. Find next, and we find record number 40 has sold 12, so that's more than 4. Find next, 6, 8, all these more than 4 in the quantity column. Back to criteria to take me back into here. I can do multiple field searches. So I say, okay, the quantity has to be more than 4, and the city has to be Thirsk. Find next, more than 4, City Thirsk. Right, next. There isn't anybody, go previous, and there's just the 2. Criteria is the blank criteria box, and I can put criteria in any of the fields, more than one of the fields, and then multiple criteria come into play. So it has to be and, there's no or option, that's the only drawback. So it has to be quantity greater than 4 and city equal to Thirsk. And I can use comparisons, so more than, less than, equal to, not equal to, and I can even use wildcards. In here, I could put T and a little asterisk wildcard, and that will be any city beginning with T. Let's remove the quantity, see if that finds many. We know about Thirsk, but there's Telford, Thatcham, Tadcaster, Totten, Tarpully, Thorpe Park. All of these begin with T. That's using a wildcard in the search. This form started out as an easy way of adding data. Now actually is a great way of searching through your records, because once you've searched through and find who you want, you could then delete that record. Gone. And effectively that row is removed from the table. So the form, although it's not there easy, it should really be on the data ribbon personally. You have to add it, and we added it to our quick access toolbar. All you then need to do is click inside your table, click the form button, and you get the form built around the number of columns in your particular table, and you see one record of data at a time, so one row at a time, allowing you to scroll through, add new records, delete records, and even use the criteria option to search for records, and then either delete them or edit them as you see fit.